Hey guys, this video is going to be talking about this low-cost moisture meter for measuring the moisture content in wood. And it's relatively new to me. I didn't even know it was actually a thing, measuring moisture content. Most of the time, most of the people I know, and when we used to burn wood at one of the other places, we always, just kind of went by feel and the time of how long it's been drying out. But, I just thought, well, why not get scientific about it and be something I can share with you guys. So, ideally, you want 20% moisture content, right around that, give or take a little bit. So we got some different examples set up here. These three pieces are ash. This is from where I first started splitting. You've seen my previous videos about my new electric log splitter that my dad got me. It was one of the Christmas gifts to me and my wife. It just happened to be about the same time cutting up a dead tree at work, so I got the wood from that. That's where this came from. I was told it was sweet gum, but after getting into it, I'm about 95% sure it's ash, going by a few other things with it. And there's the bark on it. As you can see where the borers have been in there. This is sassafras, and this is elm. So these two were cut from live trees where we was clearing some land at. So both of these were live trees. This was a dead seasoned tree. It's been dead for several years, so it's pretty well seasoned. Anyway, just a little bit of a word of safety on this thing. About the only safety precaution you'll see on this video is you got to watch these little probes here. So you have different modes on this. When you turn it on, it first comes in set on A setting, so you can. This type of wood that you can read your book on this too. It goes into more detail and everything. So we're going to check what you see, and I checked the same woods with that, and it's just a slightly different range. All this does. It's not like it's actually trying to test the type of wood that you're testing. So this should be right around 15 to 20. So it's right at 17. And you're checking a couple different spots just to make sure you're getting an accurate reading. It's actually drier on that end. So this is perfect, ready to burn. This is a piece that was most recently split. Been sitting for about a week. It should read just a little bit higher, and you see it's coming in at 19. Still ready to burn. High setting 21. It should be fine. This piece was from just a random piece I dug out from the scrap pieces from splitting, which I'll be using for kindling or what I like to call starter wood. So this should read considerably higher. We're reading 28 and about 30. I mean, it's a little high, so it'll probably be left to dry a little bit longer before I try to burn any of it. And the sassafras, like I said, this was a live tree. It's been split for a couple weeks, so it might be a little bit lower than what it originally read. This is reading 16. I feel like I was getting a higher number on it at one point, but even though the moisture content's low, it's not really recommended to burn like a green wood. But if it's dried out enough, you can get by with it. Now this was elm. I was getting a high reading on this. So this is reading like 36 and 34 in the middle and 48, 49 on that end. So this is not ready to burn. Now, if you're burning stuff like on an outdoor fire pit or something, you could put something like this beside it to start drying out or something. But we're getting wood ready to burn inside, and I got a late start getting it ready this year because I kept putting it off. But luckily, the tree that we cut down has been dead for several years and basically ready to burn once I split it. But like you've seen, we're reading close to 30 for when it was first split. So it was reading a little bit high at first, and I could pretty much tell that this was ready to burn, but I just kind of wanted the number, and I thought I'd make a neat little video to put together for talking about, moisture content in wood and stuff. And obviously, you want to make sure you burn a good quality wood inside. This house that we bought this year has got a Fireplace Insert. It's got a blower that blows air out from around the shell, so it should put out some really good heat compared to like a traditional fireplace that most of your heat goes up a chimney. I still like the old like warm morning stoves. I ain't seen one in a long time. I think they've been out of production for a long time, but those are really nice stoves. If your wood's reading way too high on the moisture content, even if it is a seasoned wood, but say it's been left out in the rain or something, the main problem with it, it's going to be harder to get started and it's going to be harder to burn. And also, when there's moisture in the wood and it burns, you're more apt to form creosote and cause problems with your fireplace and your chimneys. So you want right around 20% moisture content, give or take a little bit. If it's reading real low, like say this was like 5 to 10, then the main problem with it is just going to burn up faster. You're not going to not be able to extract most of the heat out of it that you normally would be able to. That's really the only problem about the wood that's too dry. And again, it depends on different types of woods too. Some will take longer to dry out and some will take faster. I've had this split up in the stacks as you've seen in the last video with the fan blowing on it, and that seemed to really get the moisture down. But like I said, we're reading about 30 to 40 on the first couple pieces, but we got it down to like exactly where it needs to be, and it seems to be holding about the same in the garage here. So that's a good thing. That's the problem if you're stacking wood up outside and it gets rained on, then it's going to be, it's going to hold that moisture for a while, especially this time of year when the sun's not going to be out that much. I'm recording this video on December 28th, and it'll probably be put up here in about a month from now. Alright, so this is a good little measurement of some wood that's been left outside in the rain. Yeah, we're still reading 33, about 30. Here's another piece of sassafras that's pretty wet. It's reading 28. There's a piece over here. It's already been split up. It's reading, you can also have a hold button on here. It's reading 92, and that's been left out in the rain. So that's get a little idea on that. If you're curious how this works, the two probes on here send a small electrical current through there, and it measures how much comes back. So it kind of works out like in BMI scales and stuff way, where it measures your body mass index, and kind of works in a very similar way as that, just measuring basically the moisture content of wood instead of your body, but it's very similar. Also can be compared to like a ohm meter. Like if you touch two prongs on an ohm meter, you'll read a really high resistance, but similar process. You could actually do it with an ohm reader if you knew what the numbers were, so you could compare it to your logs and make a chart and actually just use an ohm meter if you wanted to, probably. Well guys, I thought you might like this, and I was kind of doing this as a review for this because it had mixed reviews. Some people said it's a piece of junk, and it comes with a 9-volt battery, so that's good. I was hoping it came with a case, because a lot of times little tools like this off Amazon will come in a little carrying case, and this only goes one way. But it seems nice. I'm sure there's better ones. I'm sure there's worse ones. But it works for me, and it's funny enough, you can get it in orange or black. I thought the orange would be nice in case I was testing wood outside and I dropped it. I'd be more apt to find it easier. So yeah, I just thought this would be a neat little video to throw on the channel, just something a little different. Since we're, got a house that we can burn wood in now, something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but we didn't have a stove or nothing at the other place. And this is a cinder block garage, and I'm not burning wood in the garage. I'm using electric heat and propane, but the fireplace is in the house, obviously. But eventually I might get a small little, like 2-burner top stove, one of the little small ones. That'd be perfect for in here, because get a little tiny fire going. This garage really holds the heat good, and it actually stays pretty cool in the summer. It's almost like a basement almost in the summer. And it does have one vent from the furnace in here, and like right now it's about 40 something outside, and it's 57 in the garage here right now. So the vent keeps it up in the 50. The lowest number I've ever seen in this garage is 48, and that's when it's like 20 or 30 outside. And in the summer it could be 90 degrees outside. As long as the garage door's been shut, it'll stay right around 75 or so in the summer months. So it definitely wants to stay cooler in here than it does warmer, but it is what it is. But Well guys, this video is getting longer than I thought it was going to be. I was hoping for a 5-minute video. Now we're going to be between 9 and 10 it looks like. So thanks for watching guys. If you got any questions or comments, feel free to leave a comment below, or suggestions for similar tools like this you want me to check out and make a video on. Let me know, and maybe it's something we can do. So, thanks for watching guys. We'll catch you on the next one.